Are you that person always has to have a drink in hand to have a good time? Well, that was me. I had the fear of missing out. I always thought that I had to have a drink in my hand. I always thought that I had to be the one that was drinking the most. People would drink 1 to my 3. Now that I look back, it's ridiculous. I was the one that was always bringing the alcohol to people's houses or supplying the alcohol. And then, I would be the one that left wasted and not remembering, having a good time, or, oh crap, did I say something embarrassing? Just making a fool out of myself. In the last 126 days, I've definitely learned a ton. October and November are kind of, party months. You have Halloween, we have birthday. We, in the last several weeks, have conquered another drunken concert that we were completely sober for. Just taking a whole different perspective on leaving the concert sober and remembering it and having a good time, minus how cold we were. We actually had a really good time. We remembered the whole entire concert. We didn't fight. It was a really good time. Not only did we remember the whole thing, but we left early because we saw all those drunk people and we were like, they're all gonna be on the road. I wanted to get home safe. Prior to this, I would have been one of those people that didn't care, given I always had a DD, but we literally didn't care. We would be on the road with all those drunk people. And when you're in the middle of nowhere, it's actually a really terrifying thought. It was a rainy night. People could hardly walk. It was a small venue, so you could tell that the majority of people were wasted and they were gonna be behind the wheel in a matter of an hour. We woke up the next day feeling amazing. We have conquered Halloween. Halloween has always been, you meet up with the friends, the parents are drinking, walking around the neighborhood, putting something warm in your tumbler, nobody's gonna know, all those fun sayings. We actually went with a different group this year and, we drank our club sodas on the walks and we enjoyed it. It was a completely different experience. I'd have to say this was probably my second sober Halloween since my daughter has been born. I think the kids actually thoroughly enjoyed that whole experience. We were more present, we were more involved. We engaged with them more. Usually we'd have people meet at my house. I always made taco soup. I'd always have red wine or some type of festive drink for Halloween. That was what it was revolved around. And that was a whole different Halloween for us. I'm gonna say I loved it. It was absolutely amazing. Please pause this video and take a minute, share what your story is, what you're struggling with, what you've noticed. I love to hear your stories and how we can continue to help you as a community. It's not just me, everybody else is reading those comments as well. We are here to help you. I would love to hear more about how quitting alcohol positively affected your weight loss. I currently have an autoimmune disease that is making it really hard to lose weight, and I'm hoping that the farther I get into sobriety, that it might help. Yes, the weight loss is going to happen, we lose that water weight fairly quickly. I lost 10 to 12 pounds. I still have to maintain that now. I haven't lost any more weight, but that first initial weight loss was absolutely amazing. My husband, however, has quit in May and he has lost 20 to 30 pounds. He has an autoimmune disease also, and quitting drinking has stopped his flare-ups. He literally would have crippling pain. He would fall to the ground. And my weight versus his weight, he's like the Hulk. I couldn't pick him up. And it was so debilitating to him that, I'd have to take him to the VA ER sometimes. Once he quit drinking, he doesn't have that type of pain. He's had weight loss and, he just has managed his autoimmune disease so much better. For weight loss, yes, weight loss is definitely a huge part of quitting drinking, but you also have to put in the work with diet and exercise as well. Alcohol is a big contributing factor to weight gain. What I have noticed about myself, the benefits that I've noticed is definitely my ADHD has been so much more manageable. I am focusing more, I'm not so foggy, I have way more energy. I can, my evenings aren't weighed down with alcohol. Back in the day, I used to think that I would have to have wine or a cocktail to make me fold the laundry. But now I just fold the laundry because I have that extra energy and, I just don't feel weighed down. My skin, yes, a lot of you don't know, I've had a lot of issues with my skin since my second child. Since quitting drinking, I have not had near as many issues. It's clear, I hardly wear any makeup at all anymore. and I get a lot of compliments saying my eyes look better, my skin looks better, and my hair's getting better, like my nails are growing again. So many benefits. Overall, yes, depression and anxiety, that is still work, it's not an overnight process. It's not gonna fix you. Nothing's gonna be fixed in 30 days. Nothing's gonna be fixed in 60 days. It is literally a work in progress. Just because you quit drinking doesn't mean the whole entire world is just gonna be 100% better. You have to also put the work into it. I've had to read, I have to work out. I don't have to, I want to. I enjoy working out, moving my body, walking, listening to positive podcasts. Like personal development is huge if you want to take that step. And I soak it in now. And now I can really understand what they're telling me. We also have my husband's birthday at the beginning of the month, and usually I plan a big party. Maybe not too big, but it's always revolved around alcohol. I'm like, okay, how many drinks can I get? Go spend $300 on alcohol, invite people over, have, dinner and drinks all night. The night goes long. It's just, that's what you do. That's what we did. This year, it was just us and his mom. We had a dinner, had a nice night, watched a movie, woke up, no fighting, no regrets, just a really good time. The weekend wasn't wasted being hungover. It felt so amazing. Veterans Day was always another day that we would, drink, celebrate, because he's a veteran. So, put his birthday and Veterans Day together, and you got a big old party. You got all the friends that would come over celebrating, everybody being a veteran, those that are. Just was a constant party since Halloween, birthday, Veterans Day, and then we're gonna go into Thanksgiving. Just constant party all fall season long. This fall, we've actually done more. We've been doing house projects, which we wouldn't be doing on the weekends if we were still drinking. Our kids, we get to take them to movies. We're just engaged in different ways. We have play dates more. It just feels so fulfilling to just be involved now and not having everything literally waiting to get our hands on that next drink. I no longer have that fear of missing out anymore, because I know that it feels amazing being sober, waking up the next day, and just getting on with my day. I didn't embarrass myself in front of my children or anybody else anymore. We went to dinner at a friend's house recently. Usually I would bring a couple bottles of wine. We would sit there and drink, and this time we engaged the exact same way, just without alcohol, and it felt amazing. We left, got home, went to bed at a decent time. The fear of missing out is just temporary, and you will feel completely brand new once you actually can let go of that. I'm not here to judge anybody or tell you what to do. Everybody has to do it on their own. My story and my husband's story, we want to share our experiences to help you guys realize that alcohol is so defeating, and it takes so much from us, our families, our jobs, life just in general. Recently have found out that at least a handful of people are sick and or dying from alcoholism. Their stomach lining is being eaten, they're dying, cirrhosis of the liver. It's terrifying, and they're literally still so early, 50s and 60s. They consumed alcohol so much throughout their whole entire life because that's all they knew, and now they literally let alcohol kill them. I don't want to be that person. I don't want my kids to see their parent waste away from alcohol, being in the hospital, having to pull the plug on me because I couldn't put the bottle down. I get drinking in moderation, but some of us, it's all or nothing. I'm choosing not to drink because I can't just have one or two. I have to literally go all night long, and then it just is a waste. It actually makes me cringe at the thought of drinking anymore. The day that I set my mind to it, I ran with it. Progress, not perfection, and baby steps along the way. You might fall, but you're gonna get up. As long as you don't fail, you're gonna stumble so many times along the process. It's not easy. One day at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 month at a time, one milestone at a time. I think I've given you guys an update every 50, 75, 100. Now I'm over 125 days, and my big goal is 180 days. I'm loving all the support from you guys. The stories are absolutely they keep me strong, and that is why I built this community. My story, your stories, they just keep us all stronger and realize that we're not the only ones out there. Yes, for those that want to keep drinking, cool, that's on you. But for those of us that want to quit and better our bodies and minds and life, that's why we're here. We are a community to help keep each other strong, and it's not easy for some of us. I mean, I will admit, on Friday, this last Friday, I was walking through the wine aisle and I was like, gosh, I kind of do miss having a glass of wine here and there. But I know that I can't just have one glass of wine. And then I was like, gosh, it's like the festive season. We're going into the holidays, the birthdays. It's hard. This will be our first year completely sober through the holidays. And I don't plan on picking up a drink. I have so many mocktails that I can make, and I feel just fine. As long as I'm putting it in a fancy glass, that works for me. Definitely, progress is not about perfection. It's literally baby steps. And once you start losing that weight, your skin's getting better, you think clearer, you have more energy. It's not gonna happen in 3 weeks. Some of you might feel better in 3 weeks. 5 pounds might come off. There is no end. You're just gonna keep going, one milestone after another, and you share your journey and you have support. For those of us that have amazing support, like I couldn't have done this, especially without you guys. Yes, I had support of my husband and my family and friends. Opening up to my community has made me stronger, and I literally could not thank you guys enough for being here. It has changed my life.